Find something that you want and focus on it unequivocally. And as you look around at others like you who are creating their own reality, and you see someone who is particularly apparently masterful at it, in that they've accomplished a lot, they are masters in their art or masters in their science or blissful in their world, and as you get up close enough that you get to hear them or know them, you will notice these things about them. They speak of what they want, but they don't talk against it. They don't talk against their own desires. Your inner being never speaks against you or against your ideas of desire. And when you do, you cause a kind of separation. There's no possibility of separation, but you pinch yourself off from the fullness of who you are, and that pinched off state of being feels to you like negative emotion. Your emotions are your indicator of how in alignment you are, how fully and wholly you are, or how you are contradicting your own desire. What we want you to realize is that those two perspectives are present within you when you have a desire that you don't believe. I want more money, but I've never had enough money. I don't know anybody that really has enough money. My parents didn't have enough money. And while that is factually accurate, it doesn't need to remain that way. But the reason it does remain that way is because when you keep that vibration active as a belief, then your desire can't get far out ahead of it. You came from non-physical, but not all of you came. And in this physical body, you have a role to play in the co-creation between you and your non-physical counterpart. You said, I'll be on the leading edge, I'll explore contrast, and I will come to my own personal conclusions of what I would prefer beyond what is. And your inner being said, and when you do that, we will accept from you the essence of what you are asking for, and we will hold it in a non-resistant state while you find a way of bringing your beliefs to match it. There is a vibrational reality that is the beginning of all things that are coming. And so these are the words that we want you to capture here, that we want you to focus with us upon. Get out ahead of it. Your desire got out ahead of your belief. It got out ahead of it. It got so far out ahead of it that source and that which you call God and all manner of that which is goodness, all non-physical, is focused with you on your new out ahead of it desire. Out ahead of it. Now you could translate that literally, out ahead of it, meaning it hasn't manifested yet. Like the seed in the ground is out ahead of the corn stalk that will grow and the ear of corn that will grow. In other words, the potential is out ahead of the reality. You get what we're talking about? But if the farmer didn't believe in the process of the seed becoming the ear of corn, then he would never plant the seed. And so often humans don't plant the seed because they want the corn to show up right now. Now we know you get that in terms of corn, but we want you to get that in terms of everything. We want you to realize that when you launch a rocket of desire, that's a seed that is germinating in this vibrational reality and being tended by the gardener of all gardeners, that which is source energy in your inner being, and it will become that which you want it to be, but you will not witness it if you are contrary to your own desire. You see what we are getting at? You've got to find a way to believe in your own desire. You've got to believe in your own desire, which means you've got to understand the process. You've got to understand that there is a vibration that is becoming a thought, and a thought that is becoming an impulse, and an impulse that is becoming a manifestation. In fact, let's call the thought a manifestation too, and let's call the impulse a manifestation too. In other words, let's start watching for the evidence of your desires turning to things that you can witness, rather than needing the thing to be there first so that you can then believe in it. Humans say, well, I'll believe it when I see it. And we say, you got to believe it before you see it, or you can't see it. Everything that you've asked for, and we're not kidding you at all about this. This is the way that it is. Everything that you've asked for is all queued up, and the path is being given to you in the form of ideas, in the form of thoughts. In other words, source within you is giving you impulses, thinking about you, thinking about what you want, thinking about the full fruition of what you want. So there's a steady stream of path coming to you, coming to you, coming to you, coming to you. We know about vibration. So we are looking for ways to explain to you how you turn thoughts to things. How do you turn vibration into see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it? Well, you don't turn it into it. You tune into it. You tune into the realization of it. Your television is emitting a signal, and your tuner receives a signal, and the manifestation appears on the screen. It's not different from that. It's not about finding your path. It's about knowing, understanding that your path is coming right to you. You just want to step on it at the right time. The path's right there. There's a gestation period of all things. Just like when a woman is pregnant, there's a gestation period. You don't want to give birth the day after conception. You don't. You want the cooperative components to assemble. And the same thing is true of everything that you're creating. There is a gestation period, but you have control over the length of it by the amount of attention you give to the frequency that you are emitting to your allowing. It calls me. It feeds me. It inspires me. It soothes me. It is me. It represents me. It fulfills me. It inspires me. It excites me. It calls me. It is me. I belong here. I love being here. I love co-creating. I love engaging with lovely people. I love co-creating. I love us being more. I love bringing me to the table and law of attraction matching me with others like me. I love the more that we are as we show up there. I love the feeling of being together. I love the feeling of movement and momentum. I love the feeling of inspiration. I love ideas popping in my mind. Can't you feel yourself there? Don't you want to go there? Don't you want to be in the middle of that? Don't you love being the center of that? Aren't you excited to see what the universe will deliver to you in terms of ideas and inspiration and rendezvous with others, given that momentum that law of attraction is responding to you? Can you feel how your signal has become strong just as a result of this conversation? Can you feel that you're emitting something entirely different than what you were before? Can you feel the clarity in what you're emitting? Can you feel the sureness? Can you feel the signal that you've got going out there? And can you feel that that signal is matching all of the things that you put into this vortex of creation? That vibrational reality has just been matched. Can you feel that you are turning those thoughts that you put there incrementally to things? Can you feel that impulses are about to move from your vortex to where you are? Can you feel that there's a melding, a resonating, a blending, a merging between you in your now and all that you have vibrationally become? Can you feel how the things in your vortex cannot be deflected? They cannot be deflected by your umbrella anymore because you put it down. You're no longer deflecting what's in there. So in the way that source is flowing it to you has always been. There's been nothing between you receiving everything that you've been asking for and the full manifestation of it. Nothing between it except your vibrational shield that you've had up there, which you just took down as a result of doing some vibrational, emotional work just now. You see how it works? That's how the thoughts that you put into your vortex turn to things. Oh, those thoughts, they got big and they got momentum and they got sophisticated. They have been evolving. They've been gestating in that vortex. They have been becoming. Now you are in the delivery room allowing yourself to realize. So how does the realization come? It's an impulse to get in your car. You don't know why. It's an impulse to go over there. You don't know why. It just feels like going over there. It's an impulse to stop over there. You don't know why. And all of a sudden you realize that you're having a conversation with someone that you are both really enjoying, and you think, oh, I've been on my path all morning and I didn't even know it. I just followed the impulse. I followed the impulse. You have the ability to find periods of time where you ignore the conditions of your experience and focus on the emotions that you seek to accomplish. And then you stay there long enough that momentum has ensued. And it is our promise to you, with as little work as you just accomplished, as you drew that conversation from us, and it wouldn't have been there if you hadn't been there to match it. As you drew that conversation from us, you created a vibrational atmosphere that is going to yield to you all kinds of realizations. But you gotta know what the realizations look like. They look like a positive feeling. They feel like a positive feeling. They look like an impulse to do something. You are the attractor of your experience. We want you to hear these words. These are the most powerful words that you will ever hear from us, and you are prepared to understand them. We know you're going to get this. You'll get this. You can't get there from here. Hear that. You can't get there from here. But what you do is you prepare here, and there comes over here. That's how it works.